Alright, so I just finished removing my carburetors on my Yamaha 1100 triple. I took out the throttle cable and the choke cable from the carburetor. You can leave those cables attached to the bracket here. You don't have to remove them all the way. You just have to take the cable off the carburetor. Once you have that done, well, going back, you have to take the air box off. You have those 6 bolts that are inside holding the oil tray on, and you have these 2 bolts that are held by the motor, the top end. And once you remove all that stuff, you're gonna see the carburetors here, and you remove the fuel pump, and then you have 6 bolts here. Very simple. Take the fuel pump off. Make sure that you know that this is coming from the fuel filter right here, and the fuel pump has 2 bolts. I think they're 10mm bolts, and you pull the 612 nuts, and the carburetor slides right out. My ski was having fuel issues. I changed the fuel filter, rebuilt the fuel pump, nothing. So I went all the way as pulling off the carburetors, and right now I'm seeing blown diaphragms, and they're very fragile, very weak. These things right here are what keep the motor running. So if you have anything that comes off, and I mean that thing, this right here is definitely my issue. You see, I mean, I only took off the top and this thing peeled right off. There's so many. It's just a weak gas nowadays, just destroys all this stuff. I touch my springs here, everything is perfect. Everything here in this carburetor is ready to go. All it needed was these diaphragms, which can cost you 30 to 50 bucks depending on where you buy them. And if you want to go as far as changing the fuel lines and rebuilding the carb, be my guest. These things have to be in sync for them to work. So I took off all the return and all that fuel lines off. I left all this on the other side alone. So you see, that's how it is. You don't have to touch any of that if you're just gonna change the diaphragm. And I'm about to put those back together and see if we can start her tonight. Thanks for watching.